with Lingua Practica. My name's Michael, and we will be looking at this recent story, just 20 minutes old, from The Independent, a UK newspaper or online news website. This story is about the Mexican government and their alleged spending of £13 million on James Bond. So let's look at the title. Spectre. Campaigners criticise Mexican government for allegedly spending £13 million on James Bond. So allegedly is the first keyword here, meaning that we're not sure, it's not proven, but we think so. We believe they spent £13 million. And the structure as well, you need to remember, is criticise someone for doing something. So criticise someone for doing something. I criticise you for talking like that. So that's the vocabulary from the title. There's the main picture of Daniel Craig. And we'll read the first 4 paragraphs. At the beginning of Spectre, there is one long shot featuring Daniel Craig's James Bond walking through a Mexico City's Day of the Dead festival, dressed in a skeleton costume. It has been praised by critics for being a fantastic set piece and has reportedly boosted tourism in the city. However, it has since been unveiled that the Mexican government, allegedly bargaining with producers, offering financial incentives and tax rebates of £13 million to portray Mexico favourably in the film. One local campaigner, Felipe Jorez, is hoping to hit back at the government. He told the Mirror, "He may be able to save the world, but not even James Bond can rescue our image." According to the report, city chiefs demanded the country's reputation for corrupt cops and drug crimes not be mentioned in the film. So the vocabulary from this is one long shot, which means one long scene or one long moment in the film. Boost means increase. Unveiled, to unveil, means to reveal or show something. A tax rebate is a tax return or advantage for taxes. And finally, from this paragraph or this section, we have to hit back at someone, which means that someone is criticizing someone or attacking someone verbally or physically for something. We move down to the next part of the article where it continues. The government demanded 007 brush this country's problems under the carpet, robbing those who need that money most of vital services, Jorez continued. How many teachers or doctors would that cash have provided? It is a disgrace how our leaders put Hollywood before its own people. Poverty is so rife here. £13 million is a life-changing amount for so many communities. Box offices around the world will be raking in millions. What have we got to show for it? Nothing. The campaigner, along with hundreds of others, is demanded the government justify their actions. The allegations were first brought to light by the Sony email hacking scandal. So obviously 007 is the nickname of James Bond. To brush problems under the carpet, or to brush something, so this country's problems, under the carpet, means to hide problems, like put it under the carpet so no one sees it. The next part where it says poverty is so rife here, it means poverty is so widespread, it's really common. Obviously £13 million is a life-changing amount for many people there. And it says box offices around the world will be raking in millions. To rake in millions means to bring in millions of pounds or millions of dollars. So I have a friend, he is a top manager in a company, and he is raking in millions of pounds per year, earning millions of pounds per year. So we'll continue with the next part of the article. The next part of the article continues. There's another amazing picture there of James Bond in the snow this time with his sunglasses on. Mexican officials demanded the studio do a number of things, including replacing city cops with a special police force, the villain not be a Mexican, and the inclusion of a recognizable Mexican actress, Stephanie Sigman. A local restaurant boss, Marcos Ruiz, said, "We have seen an increase in the amount of mainly Westerners visiting the square. Of course it is very welcome, the increase in trade, but it is nothing to what the money could have done for us in the city. Bond may be a hero to some, but for many he is now cast as a villain." So we can see here a mistake in the English. Obviously this is a Mexican man speaking, or a local restaurant boss, Marcos, but he said could have done for us. He should have said could have done for us. That's a common mistake in English. So could have done for us is actually a mistake there. And the key words from this part, I suppose, are to be cast as a villain. So means to be considered as a villain. You cast an actor in a film. So Daniel Craig is cast as James Bond, or cast as a villain, to be considered as a villain by the Mexicans because they believe he's been taking the money from the local communities. Allegedly. Allegedly. To criticize for doing something. To criticize for doing something. One long shot. One long shot. To boost. To boost. To unveil. To unveil. Tax rebate. Tax rebate. Hit back at someone. Hit back at someone. Brush something under the carpet. Brush something under the carpet.